Eliminate is going to
do a triple back flip.
Show us some
fakey front side blunt to
some moves.
A double back slid board slide. Stalling onto.
Is this what it's actually called, these moves? Or are you just making it?
I don't know.
Hi guys, Jina with Sidewalk Talk. This is Eliminate.
What's
Nate,
up, guys?
You're from Washington.
I am. Washington State, not DC.
What's it like growing up in Washington?
I'm sure no one's ever said this about Washington before, but it rains a lot, so.
Oh, I grew up in Washington, it's really rainy.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about growing up there?
The summers were really fun, because
what did you do growing up?
I mean, like, what, like hobbies or?
Yeah, like hobbies.
Oh, gosh.
Any sports?
I played like sports up until like 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you played
okay,
some
I played
instruments too, though.
Yeah, I played like, you know, basketball until I think freshman year of high school, and then I stopped. And then I did like 2 years of tennis in high school, which is a little bit more relaxed. I did, I think, I can't remember what years I played. I think my sophomore and junior year I played tennis, and then senior year I couldn't because I broke my leg. Yeah.
From what?
I was jet skiing off a waterfall.
Jet skiing off?
I'm kidding, no. I was,
wait. Oh, okay. I got really
was,
confused there.
I was skimboarding, which is like where you're on like a flat beach, and then you have a little board, and you
oh, and you run up to the little waves?
You like throw it, and then you run and jump on it and try and like glide across the water.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was like my third time doing it.
And you just broke your leg.
I snapped it. Yeah, it's pretty. I still got a big scar. But
oh, wow.
It's like 10 years ago.
Are your parents from Washington as well?
My dad is. My mom's from Minnesota.
Oh, okay. Cool. So do you have a lot of family in Washington still?
Yeah, they all still live up there. And then, yeah, I'm down here. My mom's side of the family's in Minnesota.
So where do you think you got your creative side from?
I don't know. That's a good question.
What do your parents do?
My mom was a teacher for a long time, and then she started her own business doing like graphic design and stuff, and writing.
Oh, that's creative.
Yeah, it definitely is. And then my dad was he worked as like a mental health. I still don't know like the actual name of the job. He worked with crazy people for like a long time. And then
like a psychiatrist?
No, he worked like in the hospitals and stuff, and would deal with like people with schizophrenia and stuff.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. They had me take my parents had me take piano lessons when I was like, I don't even remember how old I was, but I think that's where I like started to get into music probably.
And you played the trumpet too?
I did in 6th
Why the
grade.
trumpet?
I don't know. I think we had one, and then I just was like, I'll do that. I can't remember actually wanting to be in band though. I think my mom made me. I don't remember. I remember not being too stoked on it, but I actually learned how to like play the trumpet and read sheet music, which neither of those things I remember how to do now. But and then once I was in 7th grade, I really wanted to play the drums, but I never made it into like the band. I think I just went to like drumming activities class or whatever after school sometimes.
I see.
Yeah.
So do your parents support your music career, or
Yeah.
well, did they when you decided to make that decision after you You graduated from Washington.
Yeah, I moved back to my hometown after I graduated, and then stayed there for a year, and really I didn't really have actually any plan at all. I knew I wanted to move to California. That was kind of just a distant, I don't know, it wasn't something I really pictured doing quickly, but I just got a job, like an office job back home.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was on the phone all day doing like, this sounds way cooler than it is, but I was doing like reference checks and background checks for people, like workers getting security clearance into nuclear plants. So it sounds like, whoa, crazy, but not really. I was like just sitting on the phone, like calling Mrs. Jenkins in Iowa and asking her questions about her husband. And I did that for almost a year. Mm-hmm. And then I saved up enough money to just move down here.
And you worked and saved up to move here with the intent of pursuing your music career?
Yes.
So how did you get into that? Into becoming or into music production?
I got into music production a long time ago, like 2010, I think.
Before you started Eliminate?
Yeah, I was just messing around with I don't know, like just the music making software.
Which one?
FL Studio. That's the one I still use.
Oh, you still use FL Studio? Okay.
Yeah, but
usually people start with FL Studio and then like
graduate to Ableton.
Graduate to Ableton.
Yeah, no, I was just slowly learning like the most basic elements of like actually producing. Mm-hmm. But not much outside of that. It was like nothing about like mixing or any technical part of producing. It was basically just like how to arrange like a kick and a snare together with a little melody over it.
Oh, I see.
And then like a year later, I think, is when I started getting into like actual electronic music and like dubstep and all that, and then just randomly one day decided to try and look up a YouTube video on how to actually make it.
Were you always Eliminate? Or did you have a different alias?
No, I was 17 when I came up with that, and I think I was 17 or 18, but I was just sitting on like my couch at home, and I was trying to think of words that like I could put 8 into, and then
what?
Yeah.
I didn't even process that.
Yeah, I don't.
Wow.
It's always funny when people realize that for the first time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not any deeper meaning other than
the fact that your name is also included into your alias.
Yeah, that's about it.
I see.
I think I went to like dictionary.com or something and just looked for words with Nate in it.
When was the first time you felt like, I know you went into the whole music thing knowing that you're going to pursue music, but when did you feel like, okay, I can actually do this, like your first break? These trees.
A tough question, because there was a lot of times where I'm like, whoa, this is like maybe like a label release or getting a email back from like a big producer, or getting my tracks played somewhere or something, where those are like big milestones and you think it's a huge deal, but and then as you keep going you realize that there's still a lot more that you have to do to actually sustain like a career doing this. I would say that I didn't turn just like touring into my sole like career until fall 2017.
Oh, so that's a little way.
2 years ago.
That's pretty recent for how long your project was.
Yeah, it took me forever. I mean, a lot of other people, it really is different every time.
Because you started Eliminate 10 years ago, like a decade?
2011, so like 8 years ago.
Oh.
No, January 2011, so almost 9. I realized, I think, that I could do music as a career after I quit my job back home and I moved here, and I had enough money saved from my old job, and then I also sold my car right before coming here, so I had enough money to like sustain me for a while. Then I was applying for like waiter jobs and stuff because I figured that's an easy enough thing to do that would like give me an actual income. But I ended up a few months after like living here to start getting into doing like freelance production stuff. So I worked a lot with like Cymatics for a good year, doing like sample production and loops and stuff and projects and all this, which was cool because it was tied into any type of contract. Should we turn around? Yeah. On a freelance basis, so like I would just work to do that, and then I
heard of.
Yeah, they're like a sample company. But I did stuff like that for a good 2 years where I was just barely making enough to like pay my bills and stuff every month, but it was still sustainable, so I didn't have to actually go back and get another job. I don't know if I ever had just one sole
or your first big moment. Do you remember?
Probably when I put out the Snakebite VIP, and then a bunch of DJs started playing it, because up until that point I hadn't really, I maybe had like 1 or 2 songs played by DJs at random times, but after I put that song out, it like kind of just blew up on the DJ circuit, so that was cool. I was like, gave me some motivation to keep going.
Well, I guess now, what do you think are your biggest challenges within the music industry or personally?
I would say biggest challenges for me, I guess, it's, you know, I feel like a lot of people say this, but well, I don't know if they do, but the whole branding aspect of EDM, where like, you know, you have music, it gets supported, it gets played by a bunch of people, but you also have to keep up like whatever aesthetic or something you're putting on that makes people be like, oh yeah, I don't know. I'm just like explaining this so terribly.
The business aspect?
Not even necessarily the business, just keeping like an active brand, which I hate that word so much, because I just focus on like making music. But that part is always, I don't know, been a bit of a struggle, kind of annoying.
So what about your brand is difficult to manage? Or?
My name's just a verb, like it's just out of the dictionary. So like, you know, these other artists have like a lot of thought and stuff put into their brand, where like their artwork matches up with it. Everything, you know, they got like cult followings that they call like, you know, their yada yadas, whatever. I don't know. I feel like I haven't really gotten or established anything like that. Which
you have your what is that? The
Kendama.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty.
Keep that MF thing on me.
Do you keep that on you all the time?
I travel with it everywhere now. So like, and if I'm going, I don't know. Okay, I guess the easy answer is yeah, because I do kind of bring it everywhere. But I need to get like a waist strap for it.
Yeah, you should. Or a fanny pack.
Yeah, that could be dope too.
Yeah. Besides the branding, is there any other struggles or challenges that you face?
Trying to continually like push my own self to write music that, like, I don't know.
How often do you deal with writer's block?
A lot. Like
Pretty
a
often?
lot, yeah. It's pretty...
How do you deal with it?
I kind of just like slam my head into the wall. And
that sounds like a really good solution.
Scream into my pillow. I don't know, drive my car off a cliff, stuff like that. Just all the normal
the
stuff.
fact that you survived that, that's great.
It's whatever.
Oh, you're like invincible.
Take breaks and listen to other music. A lot of people say producing other types of music helps, which It
oh,
does.
Really? That's the first I've heard of that.
I think it does. Like if you primarily make dubstep and you're having trouble writing a dubstep song, then produce like some smooth jazz or something. I don't know.
Oh, I see.
Or like some chill lo-fi beats to chill and study to.
What do you want to be remembered for?
Oh man, I don't know. I guess just my music. I mean, I like people to enjoy the music that I put out, and I'd hope that it would, like, I don't know, live on longer than. I guess, yeah, that's one way to put it. I don't want my music to just kind of die out, which it might. I can't control if that happens or not, but I mean, that would be one thing I think that was important. I don't really know. I've never been asked that question before.
It's a really hard question.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to answer that. All right, so we're gonna jump into fan questions.
Should I hold it with?
No, not. Sexiest disciple producer.
Ooh, Pat from Mode Step easily. Those tattoos.
What's the thing that inspired you to make music, and where to start?
The whole creative aspect of it, I always liked. Even before I started making like electronic music. Like I said before, I was just messing around, arranging different elements together to make like a loop or a 30-second song or something, which was just something I didn't even realize that you could do on a computer at the time. So it was just really cool. And then from then on, you just are consistently learning more and more stuff that you can do.
How did you get signed to a label for the first time?
I think, well, I don't know, it's kind of hard to define what signed to a label is, because like I had like a few label releases like a long time ago, and then I started like Play Me. I never technically like signed with them, like I didn't have like a contract or anything, but I did a bunch of releasing with them, and they were kind of like my home in the early years. And with that, I just I think I remember submitting to a demo email, and it was shortly after that someone got in contact with me, but I don't actually know if it was from the demo email or if it was completely unrelated. But someone that was like A&Ring for them just hit me up on like Facebook or something. And
what
then
about
Disciple was a couple years after moving to LA, and like a year before that I was doing stuff with Twonk, and at the time Twonk was working with Disciple just in the background, like managing the label and stuff. And so that's kind of how I think they got like the first, I don't know, that's when they first heard of me. It was in the Twonk days, and then it was like 6 or 7 or 8 months, I can't remember, after Twonk kind of, like, Brills went on to do his LS Dream project, so the Twonk label kind of just stopped releasing stuff, and it was after that I had like my first single signed to Disciple.
What's the best habit and the worst habit that you have?
That's a fan question?
Yes. From Alex_GL.
I don't know, Alex. My best habit? I don't know.
Okay, worst habit. That's an easier question.
Worst habit? Probably. I've been working on fixing a lot of my bad habits recently, honestly.
What is your worst habit?
Like touring, not giving a shit about, keeping myself like healthy or getting enough sleep or just partying. I've kind of cut down on that a lot. Damn, this is very intense. Right now, my worst habit? Probably maybe Gosh, I don't know. I'm perfect. No, I'm just kidding.
That works too.
No, it's not. It's not true though. It's not true. I'm not perfect. I actually suck a lot. You know what my worst habit is right now? I haven't gone through and canceled all of my monthly subscriptions that I no longer use. So I'm just getting charged every month for stuff that I don't care about.
Like what? Actually, maybe you don't need to answer that question.
Maybe we can leave that up to interpretation. No, it's stuff like Amazon Prime. I pay like $13 a month, and I maybe order something from Amazon, like, you know.
That's when you use someone else's account.
Yeah. Netflix? I don't ever watch Netflix anymore.
You don't ever watch Netflix?
They took all the good stuff off. What? I need to just straight up get a Hulu account now.
Oh. Mine.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. SoundCloud, I just re-upped my subscription because of the EP dropping. And it used to be $6 a month, and then my credit card expired, so I had to, I just let it die. And then, I re-upped it, and it's like $16 a month now or something.
What? I thought that was a free thing.
You know what? I should just change this to like budgeting in general.
Yeah.
I spend too much money on dumb shit.
Did you grow up surrounded by friends that like the taste in your music?
Not really. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't think so, really. I listened to like a lot of like metal and stuff in high school, and then also like just kind of punk rock. I don't know. It's also a tough question because I wasn't like going to a lot of concerts and stuff when I was young, if at all. And then I didn't get into like dance music and stuff until after high school. I was a full-grown adult.
Minesweeper, to eliminate, who do you think you are? What gives you the right? Don't know what that means.
It's a quote from The Office.
Oh!
I very much appreciate that.
Oh, wow. I didn't even get that reference.
I'm trying to remember what Toby says, but I don't think that he actually responds to that question, so I'm just gonna stare awkwardly at the camera.
Biggest trick that you learned in production that you wish you knew about ages ago?
Sidechaining. I mean, I went years without sidechaining. I've obviously sidechained for years now, but I think I went, oh my god, I'm embarrassed to say, maybe like 3 years of producing music, and I didn't even know what sidechaining was. But, you know, once you learn how to effectively do that, your music's gonna sound a whole level of less shit. If you put 8 OTTs on your master channel, your song will sound really good. It's called the octagon. That's not true. Don't listen to that. That was
What's
a
your
joke.
favorite equipment and software?
Well, I use FL Studio, which is like, you know, that's home. That's home for me. So that's obviously my favorite, like, DAW to work with, but it's also the only one I've ever used, so I can't really compare it to many others. Serum is still heavily used in my songs. It's like the go-to. I don't know. I use basically all stock plugins in my songs. I really don't use any third-party stuff. It's really a lot of basic. There's one that I've talked about a bajillion times in like tutorials that I've done on YouTube, but it's called Effector. And it's just a stock FL plugin that's really fun to use. It's got like 8 different effects you can play around with. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, last question. If you could collaborate with anyone, who would it be?
Beethoven. Just write a slapper of a symphony.
Wow, I did not. What? I did not expect that answer.
I don't know. Maybe Skrillex or someone. Obviously, that would be really cool.
That's the ideal collab. I would even want to collab with him, and I don't even produce music.
Yeah. Or it'd be fun to make a song with Post Malone too.
Oh yeah, that would be a good one.
That would be a lot of fun.
But thank you, Nate.
Yes.
Eliminate.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
All right, see you guys. This is a Kendama by Sweets Kendama. if you're interested, go buy one. And you can soon just be sending it all day, every day, all day, all night.
Eliminate is going to
do a triple back flip.
Show us some
fakie front side blunt to
some moves.
A double back slid board slide, stalling onto.
Is this what it's actually called, these moves? Or are you just making it?
I don't know.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
All right. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Ah, it's the spike. Spiking is the hardest part, and that's how you land tricks.
Do you look up these moves?
Yeah, and then you learn them from just other Kendama people. Kendama.
Is there a club that you could join?
Instagram? I don't know.
Is there really? Oh,
yeah, like,
how long have you been doing this?
Since June.
Oh, so this is like a recent development.
I guess like five months now, however long it's been.
Oh, I thought it's been years.
Oh. I really want to land one of those. And then you can just cut all the times where I don't land it, so it just looks like
all of it's gone in there.
So it looks like I'm just professionally skilled.
Okay. Yes!
Alright.
Oh man, that was so good.
Land it there. Right here.
Okay.
Then you go to big cup.
Big cup.
Little cup.
Little cup.
Bottom cup.
Alright. No!
You got big cup.
Okay. This is not gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna try 2 more times. That's it. 1, 2.
Assistance.
1.
Power. Overcome your fears.
I like the commentary. Okay.
Here, let me add some motivational music.
Oh my god. It doesn't help because my arm is so shaky from the holding the camera, you know what I mean?
Sounds like excuses to me.
No, the little cup. But I got the little cup. 1.
Who's your buy's lunch?
2. Okay, I got the small cup.
Okay, now you gotta go to the bottom. Hold on, wait, just wait for the music.
What music are you playing?
Epic Motivational Music Mix Volume 1 on YouTube. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
Okay.
Alright, you got this.
Okay. No!
Almost.
1,
There you go.
2. Oh. 1, 2. Nope. 1, 2. 3. No!
Oh, so close.
No, it's not gonna work out for me.
Keep practicing it well.
1. This is too epic.
Yeah, I know.
It's
It's
making me feel like so much pressure. You know what, Nate? I'm over this. Like, as entertaining as this is, it's the wind.
Yeah, once you bring it home and you do it in your living room by yourself, and then you get really good at it.
Look, 1, 2, 3.
It's called Around the World.
I did it.
You did it. Well done.
Thank you.